can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like chemo. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. He shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy.
Welcome in. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Good morning. It is week 16. We are here to talk NFL DFS season-long betting, prop bets, whatever you guys got. If you're in the chat, say good morning. Kevin, Austin, Chasing Chicken, Jim, Tony, Sean. This is Bo, T-Eds, Tim. This is a weird slate. It's only 9 games, and I think that there's a lot of good spots, but I think that building lineups was a little bit tough this week. Leroy, good morning. Merry Christmas Eve. Yes. So I don't know. I don't think this is a good cash week. If you guys remember last week, I came on Sunday morning and I said I really, really liked last week. I was like, I feel really good about my team this week. And then we got that late Tyreek news, and then I felt even better because I didn't think people would react properly to that. Mitchell, good morning. Frank, Scott, Melissa. This week, a little bit different situation. I don't like cash games as much this week. Like, I'm still going to play, but I did dial back a little bit only because the reason I don't like them, there's too many closely projected combinations of like 2 and 3 players. I don't really think that there's a strong edge this week. With it being 9 games, so we have like 2 or 3 less games than we would usually have, and I can't really find. I still haven't even decided what I'm playing in cash on DraftKings. Like, I haven't decided. I think that there's too many closely projected combos, specifically at running back. I think that because a lot of people will come in here, they'll ask who I think is a lock for cash. I think you should probably plug in Trey McBride, Dontavian Wicks, Justin Jefferson, and really that's it. That's like 3 guys that I feel you should probably put in your lineup. Quarterback, you're deciding between Fields and Mullins. I'm leaning Fields, but I wouldn't, if I played someone head-to-head and they had Mullins, I would not, think that was a bad play or anything. So you're putting them in at quarterback. At running back, I don't know. I think all of Breece Hall, Ty Chandler, Chuba Hubbard, Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, Rachaad White, Devin Singletary, I think all those guys are playable, and they're all around the same price. It's such a weird week. Typically, we have like CMC. You guys know I'll put CMC in, and then I'll figure the rest out. This is a tough week, so I'm dialing back cash, playing a little more tournaments. I like my tournament builds today. Hit the like button. Correct. Yes. So if you guys have questions or anything, you guys can go ahead and ask. We'll talk about some prop bets as well that I like today. But overall for me, I'm sticking pretty similar to what I wrote in my article this week, which is I'll have a field stack. I will have a Mullins stack or a stack of that game. And I will have a Taylor Heineke stack. I think Taylor Heineke's interesting If anyone plays Atlanta, it seems like they want to play Bijan Robinson, rightfully so. He's their best offensive player. Indy has been giving up a ton of touchdowns on the ground and to running backs as a whole. So it seems like anyone playing Atlanta is going with Bijan, but I think you can stack Heineke with like Drake London. You're not even spending 10K in salary on DraftKings on your stack, and then you can jam in pretty much anyone else you want around that. So I'll have a Heineke team. That's the only teams I've built right now. I think you could look at like a Trevor Lawrence team potentially, or a Baker Mayfield team in that game. But that would really be it. It's pretty consolidated for me this week. I guess you could consider a stack of the Dolphins Cowboys, but those quarterbacks are so expensive. I would rather take a cheaper stack and then just fit in some pieces from that game around it. Kyler is the other guy that maybe I would consider, but did not build a team of. Are you still jamming Tyreek? Yeah, Tyreek is not going to be owned, so there's no reason to play Tyreek Hill in cash games. He's going to be under 10% owned, so there's just no reason to play him there. I won't have him on cash, but I will be playing Tyreek on the majority of my tournament teams. Can't believe I'm asked this, but Flacco or Tua season long? Yeah, Leroy, I actually have the same question. On one of my teams in the semifinals, I have both Flacco and Tua. I have Tua in currently, but it's very close. It's very close. I think that how I would play that, Leroy, if you're trailing and you need points, I would feel more inclined to put Tua in just because I feel like he has a little bit higher ceiling. But Flacco's been good. I don't know. It's close. I have the same dilemma. I'm going with Tua. Need one for semifinals, Parker Washington or Montgomery. I would go Parker Washington. I think we got that confirmation that Zay Jones is not going to play. So that's an interesting tournament play right there. Parker Washington. I thought he was going to be chalky coming into the week, but seems like people aren't really playing him. And I think it's easy to pair him up with like Rachaad White or something in tournaments. I like that. DraftKings cash, Wicks McBride versus Chig DJ I would definitely take the first one there, Bo. Favorite spend up receiver on FanDuel? It's still Tyreek. I'm just gonna play Tyreek today. It's the only time all season we're getting him at low ownership. I'm not concerned. If he sat out last week, so if he plays, he's ready to go. He's still trying to get 2,000 yards, so they're gonna be motivated to get him the ball. So yeah, I like Tyreek. I'm gonna take a chance with low on Tyreek and put him in. Do you think some of these games lines are too low? Why do they have Lions versus Minnesota so close? Yeah, yeah, it's a close. I mean, it's a divisional game. Minnesota's defense has been playing very, very good, so I'm not shocked on that one. Do you think Spears will lead the back? Probably. I mean, lead the backfield is like a tough question. He's been playing more snaps than Henry. It's just like whether or not he gets the ball as much. But yeah, I mean, that could go one of two ways. They could just run Henry out there because he's not going to be on the team next year. But I would assume we'll probably see more Tyjae Spears moving forward. Yeah. Walker, Hopkins, Mini. Yeah, Mitchell, like that a lot. If you have to rank 1 through 3, Hubbard, Singletary, Chandler. Yeah, so this is a big question here. I think it's a dilemma a lot of people will deal with. I think here's how I would rank it, Bo. I would rank it personally, Chandler, Hubbard, Singletary. I think in terms of ownership, it will be Hubbard, Chandler, Singletary. I think Chuba probably ends up more owned than Chandler, but I still like Chandler. I'm not worried about Madison being active. I think it's a better game, and I think I would go with Chandler personally. This makes me want to play Chandler more. The fact that Madison's in now, so majority of people, they don't want to play Chandler. That makes me want to play him more because he was going to be, the highest owned running back on the slate. Now his ownership's going to come down a little bit. So yeah, I like Chandler a lot today. Zeke, Achane, Aaron Jones in season long. if it's between Achane or Aaron Jones, that's tough. Tough for me to bench Achane just because you feel so good about the touchdown equity and it's the highest total on the slate. But man, that's kind of a coin flip between Achane and Jones for me. If you're up already, Jared, I would be comfortable just rolling Jones as the safe thing. But if you need to make up points, I would go ceiling with Achane for sure. JSN versus Wicks. I would take Wicks if Reed is out. If Reed is in, you can take JSN. But I'm pretty sure Reed is not going to play. So I have not seen confirmation of that, but I'm going to assume Reed is out. So I would take Wicks. How do you feel about Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall is fine if you have them both, I think. I don't know if I would want them both, but I mean, they're both I think they're both fine. Merry Christmas, Ben. Leaning Fields and Cash, but if I go Mullins, can still play Chandler. I probably wouldn't play Mullins and Chandler together in Cash. I'd probably just, if you don't have Mullins, I would be more inclined to play Chandler, I think. I don't know. It's close. Yeah, I don't know, RJ, about trusting the quarterback. I mean, we've seen bad, like, first and foremost, the state of quarterback play is bad anyways. So I don't really know. Like, I think bad defense is more important than having a bad quarterback. Like Mason Rudolph came in yesterday. The last few weeks since he's been a team that we've really liked to throw on, and Mason Rudolph came in and had a monster game. So I'm not as concerned with the quarterback. I think that just the matchup's so good that it probably doesn't matter, and he can still have a good game. Agnew, maybe Melissa, if you're playing super large field stuff, but I would prefer Washington, I think. I'm going to look, I was wrong. Well, it wasn't really wrong because I didn't bet on the game, but I thought Dallas would look better last week than they did. I'll go with them again today over Miami. I think that Dallas pass rush can definitely get home. It's just going to come down to if they have they got blitzed so early. They really got out of their game and it was kind of tough for them to come back. So we'll see. But would you be okay with all of, yeah, I don't know. That seems like overkill to me, Bo, but I don't know. I don't like to stack like that in cash because it's like if that team sucks, like you're just totally toast. In tournaments, like it makes sense because if the team goes off, you're going to be up at the top. But in cash games, I try not to stack like that just because if the team struggles, then you're just absolutely dust. DJ Montgomery's fine, RJ. I think I prefer him to Burks. I can't decide. Those guys are close. If you need that 200, you could play Burks, but I think I prefer Montgomery if you have the 200. FanDuel cash receivers, kind of the same, Kevin. I think Garrett Wilson's in there for me. I still think you could play Wicks over there if Reed is out for sure. I think Jefferson is fine on FanDuel as well. Someone asked something about Roschon Johnson. I really like Roschon today. I wrote him up in my article. I bet him yesterday at plus 320 anytime touchdown. That Foreman news came out. He dropped down to like plus 150. Chief, happy holidays to you as well. So I really like Roschon today. I have a bet on him anytime and 2+ at really, really good odds compared to what they are now. I think he's clearly their best running back. No Foreman now. So they're going to be, it's down to him and Herbert. I think that he's coming off a 59% snap share. I think they're going to roll with Roschon today. It's the worst run defense in the league, basically, Arizona. So good chance for Roschon. If you have a team that doesn't have Justin Fields on it, I think like Roschon Chicago defense combo is definitely interesting. Ridley and Cash. He's probably okay. Better probably on FanDuel Jelly for me than DraftKings. On DraftKings, I would rather drop down to like Garrett Wilson and Cash. I would rather play. I probably wouldn't play him in DraftKings Cash. FanDuel, maybe I think you could do that. Yeah, Jim, touchdown scores for me today. I like obviously Tyreek for the easy one. If you want to take Tyreek out of the equation, I'll go with I will go with in the Jets game, I do like Breece Hall to score a touchdown. In the Seahawks game, I do like Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown. And I already said I like Roschon to score a touchdown. I bet him. And you could throw Rashad White on the list as well. I like a lot of the running backs today. Kenneth Walker, I think, is a really, really good tournament play. Tennessee, their run defense has really struggled the last 2 weeks. It's not what we've been accustomed to the last 2 seasons. They have a ton of guys out today on the D line, linebacker, like really, really good matchup here for Kenneth Walker. He looked good last week. A little bit of extra rest here. I think he's going to be healthy coming into this game. I think we could see a big last few weeks here to end the season out of Kenneth Walker. Like his rushing prop, 61.5. I think you could take the over on that. I think you can bet him anytime touchdown. Really, really like Kenneth Walker today. In a game I expect Seattle to win, you can see here they opened up 2.5, moved to 3. Really, really banged up defense for Tennessee. If they're winning, we could see a lot of Kenneth Walker in the second half. He likes to bust those real long back-breaking runs for the defense. So really, really like Kenneth Walker today to score a touchdown. Shootouts, G Townsend. I would go shootouts. I think Indy Atlanta can shoot out. Indy's played in these types of games all season. And Atlanta, specifically on offense, has been much better at home than on the road. So I think Indy Atlanta could shoot out. I think Tampa Jacksonville could shoot out for sure. Obviously Dallas Miami. That's probably my 3 picks there. It's looking like Fields, Ty Chandler versus Mullins, Rashad White. Leaning towards Mullins and White. Yeah. I think for me, priorities, I haven't finalized my lineup. Priorities, I'll be putting Wicks in, McBride, Justin Jefferson, and I think I want Rashad White in there. I feel the best out of him. He is much more expensive than those mid-tier guys. It's like another $1,000, $1,500, but I feel pretty confident in him and his role. So I would probably like to have him in cash. So that's probably the guys I'm building around, and then we'll see. Jeff, season-long flex half-point PPR. Man, three good plays there, Jeff. You definitely have a tough choice. I would rank it, I think I would take Laporta out. So it's between Pacheco and Rice. And I think I would probably lean Pacheco, but man, Rashee Rice has been so good. Super just consistent role. But I like McKinnon being out. Like McKinnon, Tony, Hardman all out for KC. I think that's a big boost for Pacheco, specifically in the red zone. First of all, I think he's going to be healthy coming back. He's missed 2 weeks. It was just a shoulder bruise. He should be good to go. And taking McKinnon out, McKinnon does take third down and red zone stuff. So I think Pacheco and Rice are essentially the same play. It's close for me, but I would go one of them over Laporta. I think Evans or White for Tampa on FanDuel. Nick, I would lean Rashad White. Personally, Mullins versus Flacco and Catch, I would take Mullins. Favorite prop bet? Yeah. Really the only prop I really like today is the one I just said, which is Kenneth Walker over 61.5 rushing yards. I think that's a really good play. I think you can ladder him up too. I think he had like 85, 86 last week. I think he could get 100 in the spot. You probably get pretty good odds on him to get 100. So I would probably, put the larger play on him over 61.5, and then maybe take like an 80 plus and a 100 plus shot at a ladder. But I don't know. I feel really good about the Kenneth Walker spot. And I'm playing against Kenneth Walker in one of my season-long league playoffs. So it's a stone lock that he is going to he's just going to dominate me. Like I just already know that it's coming. So McBride at 57 or likely at 42 for a weekly DraftKings. Yeah, likely's been playing really good. I would still lean towards McBride, but I think you could go 2 tight end on like one of those weekly slates like that. And Njoku or Ingram if I'm going 2 tight ends. That's tough. Ingram obviously gets a boost here. No Zay Jones, no Christian Kirk. Really good matchup against Tampa. Njoku has been, one of the other than McBride, he's basically been the best fantasy tight end over the last 4 weeks. Man, that's tough. I would lean slightly towards Njoku, but if you prefer Ingram, then go with Ingram. I think it's really, really close. And I don't have the projections pulled up to even see what they're projecting at, but I'm assuming it's pretty close. Tristan, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your positivity always. Reed, I would go. Oh wow, Collins or Noah Brown. I guess Collins just because he's a better receiver, but um, yeah, that's tough. I would lean Collins personally. McBride for cash, Richard, for sure. Michael Wilson might get steam late. Yeah, I could see that happening. Obviously, no Hollywood Brown. I don't want to go out of my way to play two Cardinals, though. I'm already going to have McBride. I do like Michael Wilson, though. I'm a big Michael Wilson fan. I think he's a good football player. But I don't think I want to play two Cardinals in cash games. Like the total on that game as a whole is down a little bit. It was 44.5 down to 42. Don't think I want two Cardinals. Hit the like button, Richard. Thank you. I appreciate that sentiment. That is true. If you're watching, like the stream. It does help us out. But yes, I'm fine not playing Michael Wilson in cash games. RJ, you could play Mingo over him. You could play Montgomery over him in that range. Don't think Wilson's a must at all. Big semifinal match: Fields or Baker Mayfield. If it were me, Reed, I would just roll Fields. I know Baker played really, really good last week. Good as a whole for the season, but Fields can do stuff with his legs. It's just it would be tough for me to fade that in like a season long setting. So if it were my team, I would just put Fields in and hope he runs a touchdown in, which he certainly can do against Arizona. Favorite tournament stack? I mean, I'm only playing three teams: Mullins, Fields, Heineke. So it'd probably be one of those. Probably Heineke, just because I think if anyone on Atlanta gets ownership, it looks like it's going to be Bijan. So, you can get Heineke, London in, and then play Tyreek or like whoever else you want around it. Really think that's an interesting build. Jaden Reed will be inactive. Just saw that. So yeah. That kind of solidifies Dontavian Wicks as like the best wide receiver play in cash at 4,300. I think it boosts Aaron Jones a little bit for tournaments. AJ Dillon is playing, but AJ Dillon's been so bad for the majority of the season. I think that they are really going to put a focus here on getting Aaron Jones going. It's a soft matchup here against Carolina. I think that boosts Aaron Jones in terms of like catching passes too. So Aaron Jones really, really interesting for tournaments, but Dontavian Wicks going to be the highest owned receiver on the slate, probably with Reed out. And I think he's the best cash play. So I would be focusing getting him in for cash. Brandon, yeah, I think three running backs for sure is in play. I haven't built my cash team yet, like officially haven't finalized it, but yeah, I definitely think three running backs is in play. I have Dak and Tua. Who would you start? That is tough, Justin. I think I would lean Tua, but if Tyreek is confirmed in, probably lean Tua for me. But really close. If you prefer Dak, you can definitely play Dak. Is No Brown my flex spot over Drake London? Crazy. I'd have Nico Collins and Brown. Yeah, I don't think I'd play both. I like Drake London. He's been good at home. He has a good matchup here against Indy. Indy's really struggled against opposing like bigger receivers. You think of like what Calvin Ridley did to them and stuff. So I would go Drake London if it were my team personally. I think Drake London is in a good spot today. Wicks or London season long? That's close, Ryan. I think man. Oh wow. That is like a coin flip for me, Ryan. If I guess I would probably lean. I don't even know. Let me see what the projections say. Let me see here. Jeez, that's close. Bears D or Jets D for cash? I think Jets will be higher owned. So if you have the money, I would play them. But I do think Bears defense is interesting in tournaments, especially like I said, pair Bears D with Roshan in tournaments. I think is interesting. Walker, Aaron Jones, or Hubbard on FanDuel. I'd probably rank them in that order, Nick, for me personally. Ryan, I think I'd go London, but it's I don't know. It's close. I think I'd lean London though. Likely or Otten? Tristan, I would go Isaiah Likely for me. I'm gonna be playing Likely, and I'm in. I think I advanced 4 teams to the semifinals of my 9 season long. So 3 of which I lost last week, and then 4 I got in the semifinals. I think I've Likely on like 2 of my teams. So I'll be going Likely. If you guys have any last minute questions, go ahead and ask. I'm going to get off here a little bit early today and finish my teams, posted for subscribers. If you guys want to sign up, there's still time. dfscomer.com/pricing. Get access to my core plays, ACs, Mats, everybody's. And I mean, there's a ton of action. Well, I'll have main slate cores up. I'll have showdown tonight. I will have Christmas Day slate tomorrow, NBA and NFL cores. So if you guys want some action on Christmas, go ahead, tap in, message me on Twitter, and I'll get you 25% off your first month. Projected to win by 40. Does that change? Yeah, if you're up that much, I'd play London. Think it's a little bit safer. I would just roll with him. Heard the Walker take, but Pacheco and White also starting. Should I move him in the flex and bench Ayuk? Man, that's tough. Ayuk versus Kenneth Walker. I think I'd roll Kenneth Walker if it were my team, but tough to bench Ayuk. Feels like Ayuk's due for like a big game too. He's kind of been quiet the last couple weeks. Jeff, second round of the playoffs. More likely Kittle, Nico, and Lockett to choose which 4 should I start. I would probably, if it were me, Jeff, I would bench Nico or Lockett of those 2, I think. Definitely would play more. Definitely would play Kittle. It's just tough for me to bench Kittle in like a season long. Like I know sometimes he duds, but you feel safer with him, I feel like. So between likely Nico and Lockett, I don't know. Season long McBride or Hawkinson. I'd keep rolling McBride, Scott, personally. I know it's a revenge game here for Hawkinson, but McBride is just so good, man. Favorite Christmas movie? And the most important question is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Die Hard is a Christmas movie, I think, personally. I actually have a legitimate compiled list, RJ, of top Christmas movies that I have in my iPhone notes. I'm gonna pull this up here. Let's see. And I have Devontae. Wait, Tristan. So you have Devonta Smith, Kenneth Walker, Brandon Ayuk, Rashad White, Isaac Pacheco. Is that's what you're debating? Am I reading that correctly? Yes. Man, I mean, I would. I guess you can like. I feel like you can bench Devonta, but you can decide tomorrow because the Eagles play tomorrow and San Fran plays tomorrow, so I think you can decide tomorrow. I think I might bench Devonta out of those guys. I might roll Ayuk, Walker, White, and Pacheco if that's possible. I think I would do that, and then I would see where I'm at going into those later games, but to decide between Devonta and Ayuk. I think that's what I would do. I don't know. That's tough. RJ, I have a Christmas movie list somewhere. I gotta find it. I think I tweet. Oh, here. Okay, I found it. So for me personally, I don't know. I would go. I think It's a Wonderful Life is a great movie. That's in my top 5. For my top 5 Christmas movies, I would put that in there with Christmas Vacation. Probably like original Home Alone would be in there. That's probably like my 3. But I'll post it again. I have like a list. I have like a compiled list I made. I gotta find it. It's possible I already Higgins and JJ taking the other wide receiver. That's called wait it out. Yeah, just wait it out, Tristan. I would wait and see how we're doing tomorrow. G Townsend, you can message me on Twitter, but that's really not necessary. I appreciate you tuning into the streams every week. All right, if you guys have last minute questions, drop them in, and I'm going to How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. Yeah, I would put that. Let me see where that was at, Tristan. It was on my list. I don't remember what tier I put it in. Touchdown picks. Yeah, who did I say? I don't even remember. I like all the running backs today. I like Kenneth Walker, touchdown, Rashad White, Roshan Johnson, I bet yesterday, but the odds are way worse. I like all the running backs today. Thank you, Ben. Merry Christmas and good luck, everyone. Yeah, Jelly, thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck to everyone this week. Hopefully, you guys win some money. I'll be live, obviously, next week, week 17. We're getting to the end here. A couple weeks left. We'll have some videos up. I'm going to do a video. I wasn't able to do it last night. I'm going to do it tonight, hopefully for the Christmas NFL slate. So there should be a video up. If there's not, there is a spot on my article that I'm posting my top Christmas DFS plays. So go click on that, and you guys will be able to see who I'm playing tomorrow, Christmas Day. Good luck this week in all your contests. I'll see you guys in week 17.